and I just said to my mum, I said, I'm going to save these, I'm going to buy these, and I'm going to wear them on my wedding day. And I didn't even have a boyfriend.
Today's guest on Off the Hanger is songwriter and fashion designer Claire Rodrigues Lee. Now, Claire is the fabulous designer from brand Neon Army, and we had a good chat about fashion faux pas, creating your dream items, and buying your wedding shoes before you've even found the boyfriend. Claire, thank you so much for joining us on Off the Hanger. I am very, very excited to have a good rummage through your wardrobe. First up, let's find out about what your earliest fashion memory is. Have you got a childhood fashion memory?
I do. So I remember, I mean, I'm giving away my age here because the shop doesn't exist anymore. But there was a shop called Tammy Girl, and my mum used to take me there, I think, most Saturdays. And I remember the feeling of walking up the stairs and not knowing what to expect on the hangers. And we used to piece outfits together, and it was such an exciting experience going with my mum to choose outfits and to put to coordinate and to try things on in the changing room. I just felt like $1 million. I mean, and I must have been sort of, we're talking about the age of 7, 8, up until probably 12. I used to go into this Tammy Girl. So I kind of get, I've got a 6-year-old daughter now, so I totally get how she's so excited and inspired by fashion, even at such a young age. So that was my first earliest memory of being really excited about fashion.
Tammy Girl was iconic. I'm one of 3 sisters, and I was the youngest. So for us, I never really got to go into Tammy Girl. I always got the Tammy Girl hand-me-downs from my sisters, but I still loved them. I was still always really excited. If you had something that was Tammy Girl, you definitely felt like one of the cool kids.
This is it. It was the sort of the current fashion of the time. Like if you were wearing Tammy Girl, you were just so with it. And the actual style and everything about it was just brilliant. I loved it. I really loved it.
What's the oldest thing you've got in your wardrobe?
So actually, I mean, I've got quite a lot of old pieces of clothing because I am quite a sentimental person, and I do hold on to things if they mean something. I can't bring myself to sort of give them away to a charity shop. I mean, I do give things away to the charity shops, but there's certain things I just can't part with. Things like my wedding dress, and I've even got, before my wedding dress I've got on the hanger, I've got the dress that I wore when my husband proposed to me. And even though I don't think I could even get it over one leg now, when I look at it, I think, how did I fit into that? I keep saying to myself, oh, I'm going to save it for my daughter. I'm going to save it for my daughter. Because it's just such a beautiful dress. I just can't physically part with it. Like I keep thinking I'm going to give it away, and I'm like, I have to hang it back up in the wardrobe. I'm not ready to do this. So I think at this point, I'm just going to hold on to it for my daughter.
Is it on the rail?
Yeah. Do you want to see?
Yes, yeah. Bring it over. Let's have a look.
So it's this very me, very, very glitzy, very blingy, covered in sequins. It's white. As you can see, maybe I can get it on. I don't think I'd look the same, but it sort of comes off the shoulder slightly, but it is just the most glamorous, gorgeous outfit. I mean, you can sort of gauge how it would look on, but it really is just it's such a simple dress, but it's just so beautiful. So yeah, it's
fabulous. I love all the sparkles on it.
That's the dress I want to get engaged. So yeah, I can't part with that. So, and I've also got another sentimental piece that you're going to love. So my wedding shoes. So I actually was.
Oh, okay.
You're going to actually love this story. I do tell my husband this. So I was in TK Maxx with my mum years and years ago, and I think it was even before. So I'm a huge advocate of the laws of attraction. So just before I met my husband, I was in TK Maxx with my mum, and I came across these Miu Miu shoes. They were in TK Maxx.
Oh, look at those.
I was like, how are these in TK Maxx? And I thought, I'm not going to really wear sort of a cream colour, and I just said to my mum, I said, I'm going to save these, I'm going to buy these, and I'm going to wear them on my wedding day. And I didn't even have a boyfriend. and I bought them and I stored them away in the beautiful box, and I just left them there, put them to the back of the cupboard, met someone, got engaged, saw the engagement dress, got married, and I wore the shoes. And that is the story. If you want to get married, ladies, buy the shoes. Buy the shoes. It's just
sometimes though you've just got to get things while they're there. It is that thing that, you know, the universe is telling you need to buy those shoes, and that one day those shoes are going to be really special to you. Otherwise, why would they have put them in your way?
They had one pair in my size, and I just looked at it as a sign. I have to buy these shoes because I'm going to wear them when I get married. And I did. And it's actually a really nice story. And it actually, because it means something to me, because I do believe in the laws of attraction. So it just goes to show I did buy those shoes with that intent. And that is exactly what I use them for.
Oh, the serendipity. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So what's the piece in your wardrobe that gets the most compliments?
So funnily enough, it's when before I started this business, I said to you that I started to upcycle my wardrobe, and I created this denim jacket. I've got it back here. I'll show you. This denim jacket. So I jazzed it up, put my initials on it, put some patches on it and a heart. But I had from Etsy, I had my wedding date put on an embroidered ribbon type patch and my children's initials.
Oh, I love that.
So it's just a really personalised, love stars, love camouflage. And I've got here, life without music would be a mistake. So it all just, it just represents who I am. It's just got elements of things that represent me. And it's literally just, it was actually from the children's section in H&M. It was an oversized denim jacket. And I bought, I think even, what is it size is it? I think it's like age 11 to 12 because it was an oversized jacket. And I just bought it and I just jazzed it up. And there you have it. Like I said, I got a lot of compliments just from wearing this jacket because it's a talking point. Oh, what's all this? What's all this? So yeah, that's one of my upcycle jobs.
I love that. I love that it's something that's very personal to you. And I think for me, that's when the compliments mean more, when it's something really personal to you. I quite often say that I'm not into compliments that are about things I have no control over. Yeah. So when somebody will say to me, oh, you've got nice hair, I'm like, well, okay, thanks. But it's kind of, I didn't really do much to get this hair. This is the hair that I was kind of born with. So I don't really feel I deserve the compliment for it. But if somebody says to me, oh, I love the way you've put that outfit together, then I'm always like, okay, that's a good compliment. I like that.
I was actually going to say, I love the earrings and the top. I love the coordination. It's beautiful. And in fact, green is beautiful against red hair. So you've definitely pieced it.
I love green. Green is one of my...
Green and
that's
red.
It. Green is one of my favourite colours. I wear so much green.
And it really suits you. So you know what suits you as well.
Oh. What's the most expensive piece that you own? Now, you don't have to tell us how much. You can do if you want to. But yeah, what's the most expensive piece in your wardrobe?
So on my 40th birthday, I did treat myself. I say I treat myself, but my husband bought me a very special gift for my 40th. So I think I waited 40 years for it. So I think it was well worth waiting for, but I will show you. As soon as I show you the box, you're going to know what's coming.
Oh, hello.
Yes, so I got this for my 40th. And the sad thing about it is that I obviously got it for my 40th, but obviously now I've created Neon Army. I just use my Neon Army bags all the time. So this just sits in the box. But it is so gorgeous. So another one which I'm saving for my daughter because this is definitely not going to lose any value. It's just the most gorgeous Chanel bag. So yeah.
They're just so classic, aren't they? Very classic, very timeless. Like you say, they retain their value. Yeah. I think they're beautiful pieces to be able to hand down to someone.
Yeah, definitely. And you can wear it casually, you can wear it with an evening gown. It works for everything. It's just, like you say, it's a classic piece, a classic accessory. And I've always been really into my accessories. So that was definitely something that I'd waited a long time to be able to own. And it was a lovely moment on my 40th, like I'll never forget. That's what I got for my 40th birthday.
Oh, that's lovely. What a lovely story. What's the newest thing you've got in your wardrobe?
So the newest thing is my Neon Army bag. So this is very new.
Oh,
One actually that I took out from the inventory. So this is one that's for sale because my one's inside. So it's the reversible Peace Love bag. It's completely hand beaded and it's got a shoulder strap. So during the day, I tend to wear mine as a shoulder bag. So you can either wear it this way or you can wear it this way.
yeah.
But also it has detachable straps. So you can actually just have it as an evening clutch. So it's either way.
There's a clutch as well. I love that.
I know, it's gorgeous. And I had it designed and ready for Christmas, but actually I intended it for Valentine's. So
it is a perfect Valentine's bag.
So that is the latest product.
I love pieces like that though, that are really versatile, that you can wear them in lots of different ways, and the fact that it's reversible then gives you those extra options.
Exactly. So that was the thought behind it, was that it can be a casual look, it can be an evening look. Very similar, I guess, to how I would view my Chanel bag. I wanted something that was very versatile. And so that's the idea and the creation behind the Peace Love handbag.
Oh, I love that. So you said before you're very sentimental when it comes to clothing. What's the most sentimental piece in your wardrobe?
I think it would have to be probably my wedding dress, and I've got it completely upstairs in a huge box and I couldn't get it down today, but it would probably have to be my wedding dress. And I'm trying to even think, I can't even remember the brand. Like I can't even remember the brand, but it was just, I can send you a picture of my wedding dress. It was just so beautiful. It was like a mermaid tail, very fitted, very demure, very classy. I didn't want anything poofy or princessy. I wanted to be, I guess because I was an older bride, I wanted something that was a bit more classic, a bit more form-fitting, and it was just beautiful. It had like a little bit of sparkle on it. It was just very, very Hollywood glam. I loved it.
I was going to say, did it take you a long time to find? Were you one of those brides-to-be that had to try on hundreds of dresses to find the one, or were you quite decisive?
It was actually my mum. You know, they say mum knows best. My mum pulled it off the hanger. It was the first shop we went into, and she pulled it off the hanger. She goes, I can see you in this. And she knew what I wanted, because I said I wanted form-fitting. I wanted a certain type of dress. And I tried on a couple of others after that, and I said, there's just no point looking anywhere else. I'm going for the first dress. So I just knew when I put it on, I just felt I'm a bride. You get that moment when you're trying on a wedding dress. I'm a bride. This is my dress. And I had that moment straight away. And it reinforced that thought more once I put on the other dresses, and the feeling had diminished. But when I put it back on, I was like, yeah, this is it. This is the dress. So yeah, I think I went into a couple of shops, but I went for the first dress I tried. I love at first sight.
Oh, that's excellent. Oh, it's also quite a it's befitting of the woman stereotype, isn't it? That we buy the first thing that we tried on, but actually we've tried on loads of others just to make sure. And then we go back to the first one because our gut instinct was always right.
That's it. I think you just know. It's like finding the husband. Like once you know, you know. You can go on 100 dates, but when you find the one, you only need one. He's the one. That's it. It's like the dress. That's the one. Yeah.
All I need. They were the shoes. That was the dress. He was the guy. Job done.
That's right. And I didn't even scare him off on the first date when I said I've already got the shoes. I didn't say
Did you tell him on the first date you got the shoes?
I didn't. I think I told him once we got engaged. I said, just want you to know, I've already got the shoes. But by then he knew me, he knew all about the laws of attraction, so he understood, he got why I had bought those shoes. He understood, so that was fine. I felt safe once he asked me to marry him, that I could be honest about that.
But were the shoes height critical? Because how tall are you?
So I'm 5'4", my husband's just under 6 foot, but I wasn't even, I guess in my mind.
Good height then.
Yeah, so I guess in my mind, I wasn't even thinking about how tall the person I was going to be with was going to be. I just liked the shoes, so that's why I bought the shoes. I think I would have worn those shoes regardless. Even if I'd have met someone who wasn't tall, I would have worn those shoes regardless.
Because they were the ones. That was what was important.
Exactly.
So what's the item in your wardrobe that would most sum you up?
I think the one that most sums me up, I'm just looking at my stuff, it's probably what I'm wearing now. So there's these shirts. They're just a German designer called Emily Vanderberg, and she creates these beautiful shirts with loads of colour. I've got another one. And it's just very me. I love pops of colour, and I love lovely soft fabrics, and I think it's just very me. It's very simple, it's very easy. And I just love all the colours, like all lovely bright neon colours. It's got lots of detail, like even around the collar. It's just, I just love the shirts. And can you see on the arms? It's just, so I think anything that's really got lots of colour, even these dresses. So there's this make from, can you still hear me? Because I'm over here. There's a make from, there's a make from ASOS called Licorice, and it's not expensive, but they just do the most gorgeous dresses. These are crossover dresses, but the fabrics, like it's just really lovely, lovely, soft, flowing fabrics, and they fit I don't know how they've done it, but they've got the cut perfect. Like when you put them on, they fit your body like a glove. So you've got like this one, which has got love and hearts, and you can see my style. I just love bright colours. And there's this long one. I wore this for a wedding actually, and so many people, like I said, it wasn't an expensive dress, but you wear this with a couple of, with a beautiful black stiletto shoe, some earrings, and everyone thinks that it's like a high-end designer dress. I always think it's not the dress on the girl, it's the girl in the dress. It's how you wear it, it's how you carry it.
That's it.
That makes it look like it's $1 million, even if it cost you 30, 40 quid. I mean, that's the idea, is that you have to carry that dress.
I would say one of the most complimented pieces in my wardrobe is a dress from Primark.
But that's
every time I wear this Primark dress, everybody's like, wow, that's amazing, that's beautiful, where's it from? And I'm like, it's Primark.
But this is it. It's how you wear it. It's how you carry it. It's the confidence. You put that dress on, you're not wearing it like it's a Primark dress. You're wearing it like it's Vivienne Westwood or it's Chanel or it's...
That's it. It's something...
That's right.
That's it. It's something custom made that was just done for me, and it fits me fabulously, and I feel amazing in it. And it's all a confidence thing. The way that how clothes look on your body is all to do with how confident you feel when you're wearing them. Exactly. But I love your use of colour. I love that you really embrace all the vibrant colours.
I do. I'm renowned at the school gate actually, because whenever it rains, I wear a neon pink iridescent raincoat. And people can see me for miles. They say, oh, there she is. That's Ella's mum. Just with this neon pink hood, just walking along, just shining with the iridescent. It's me. I've come to pick up my daughter in the rain.
That's it. I absolutely love that. I'm also that school mum. I'm also the one at the gate where everybody's like, oh, where have you been today? I'm like, at home? They're like, oh, wow, you're really dressed up. I'm like, am I? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey ho. It's, it's good we have these clothes in our wardrobe. We should be wearing them.
Exactly. Don't let it go to waste.
No, there's no such thing as saving it for best. So tell me, now I always love this question because I am a bit of a disaster. And so I always really enjoy hearing about other people's disasters because it makes me feel like I'm not alone. Have you got a wardrobe malfunction or a fashion faux pas story that you can tell us?
I have the most. I mean, even just thinking about saying it out loud now is making me cringe so much. But I have a major faux pas story. And it was actually when I was dating, around the time I met my husband. I went on a date with him one day, then I went on a date with someone else. Because I'd only been on one date with my husband at that point, and obviously you have to try all the chocolates to see which one you like the best. And I went on a date.
Keep them options open.
Exactly. So I was wearing a very, very tight-fitted, short leopard print dress, lycra dress, and it was during this time. It was January. It was snowing, and I was wearing, thank God, I was wearing black lycra tights and sort of knee-high boots. So you know what's coming, don't you? And I got the train to London, and I was wearing a puffer coat, but this puffer coat was like a silky kind of, I don't know, polyester. I don't know what it was, but it was a silky long coat. So I was wearing a silky long coat over my lycra dress. Got to where I was having this date, and they asked, when you go in, do you want to hand in your coat? I was like, okay, took my coat off, handed it in. And thank God, before you go into, so it's like a big restaurant, and then you go through and it's a bar. Before you go into the actual main restaurant, the doors are all mirrored. So you open the doors to go through mirrored doors. I caught sight of myself. The lycra dress had not realised I was wearing black lycra tights, was round by my waist. So you could see the top of the tights. You could see the shape of my knickers underneath. So I was wearing, it looked like I was wearing a leopard print t-shirt with black lycra tights, see-through lycra tights. And I pulled this dress down so quickly. I turned to the guy who had handed my coat, and I said, "Oh my God, did you see that? Did you see that? I was so embarrassed. Did you see that?" And he was like, "See what? Like, see what?" If those doors hadn't been mirrored, I would have walked through that restaurant with the skirt round my neck. And I always thank the universe for making sure there were mirrors there. You can tell, even now I'm going red, thinking about that moment where it was just, my heart was like this as I was going to the date, because I was nervous anyway. And then after having that, I was like, couldn't breathe. I was like, I can't believe that just happened to me. And believe me, that never happened to me again. Like, that has never happened to me again, because every time I don't wear short skirts like that anymore. But even after that, I always used to make sure, when I took my coat off, to make sure that my dress was like down straight. That was just, that could have been just the most disastrous moment. But thank God I was saved by the mirrors. Yes, that was the only fashion faux pas. So yeah, I've definitely had a horrendous faux pas before.
Oh, I love that. Well, you can definitely join my fashion faux pas club. Then, you can be a fully fledged member with that story.
Have to tell me what yours is.
You see, I don't put mine in the podcast because at some point I will do all my answers. So now this is always a favourite of mine. I am a big shoe nerd. I have over 200-ish pairs of shoes at last count, and I'm always very excited to see other people's favourite shoes. Can you show us your favourite shoes?
I'm going to show you my favourite shoes. So, I'll take the cardboard out of them. So I bought these actually a few years ago, pre-lockdown. They're they're a Spanish make called Lodi, but I managed to get them. I think they were shipping them from Ireland, but they are knee-high boots, but I just adore them. I love all the detail. This is quite a Lodi thing, this white sole and the white on the heel.
I love the contrast of that. That is very cool.
Like all the, and they make your legs look really, really great. They're like a really fantastic shape. They're very slimming. But I just adore these shoes. So yeah, these are my boots. They are my ultimate favourite boot. I love them. So yeah, Lodi, Spanish make.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah.
I bet they really just add to any outfit because they've got those extra details on. They're not just a plain black knee-high boot. They've got that extra detail to them. Whether you're putting them on with just some jeans and a roll neck, or whether you put them on with a midi dress, I bet they look fabulous.
they do. That's the thing. I really love pieces that go from day to night. So it's you can wear the most simple outfit, like a plain top, a lovely pair, like say, a lovely pair of skinny jeans, or some sort of shiny black trousers, and you add a pair of boots, lovely handbag, set of earrings, and you could be day to night. So yeah, I love them, and they're so comfortable as well. But you should look at Lodi shoes. They've got some beautiful shoes if you love shoes.
Oh, I will do. It's not a brand I'm familiar with, so it's a new one for me to check out.
Yeah.
So, what is the dream fashion item that you don't have in your wardrobe but you've been lusting after?
So the funny thing was, being that I am a designer, I created what I didn't have so that I would have it. So I love a baseball cap, especially on holiday or for a bad hair day. But I don't, as you can tell, I don't really like ordinary. I like a bit extra. So I designed these baseball caps. Where are they? So I love camouflage. So I designed these baseball caps with 222 is a very, very important number for me. So all to do with the laws of attraction. So 222 is like an angel number. And they say if you see twos anywhere, like 222 or the time 222, it means that you're on the right path, making good decisions. It's just a nice sign that it's a positive sign. Got the neon army at the back. Got my pink star, I love pink star at the front, but also got embellishment on the peak. So diamantes and studs in bronze and clear diamantes. And it has to have a curved peak for the perfect shape. And there was nothing like this out there, so I created it. So this is the piece that I love, that I know no one else has. No one else has, because obviously I've designed it. But this is what I always wanted. I wanted something unique in a baseball cap, so I created it. So it now does exist.
That's so cool. It's such a good statement piece as well. I really love that. I love that it's not just about lusting after an item. It's about going, actually, how can I make that item? How can I actually get that piece into my wardrobe? That's really cool.
Yeah.
So finally, the last question is, what piece of advice would you give your younger self when it comes to fashion?
I think the advice I would give myself would be just because the thing is, I've always been somebody that doesn't, I don't feel like I need to follow the crowd. I've never been somebody that has to have something because someone else has got it. I've always gone for things that I love. What I would say to my younger self is that look at yourself with different eyes, because I think as we're going through awkward ages like teenagers through to young adulthood, I think that we can look at ourselves in a distorted way. When you look back at photos, you think, I look fabulous. Like, what was I worrying about? And I think it's just to embrace who you are. Because when you get older, I mean, as I've got older, I've become very, very at peace with who I am. I appreciate what I am. And I think you become more comfortable in your own skin. And I think the advice I would give my younger self is just, love who you are and accept who you are and make the most of those years. Don't waste any of those years worrying about how you look. Just enjoy who you are. Because I think as far as fashion, I was always quite independent minded about what I liked and what I wanted to wear. I was never sort of I didn't just follow. I always was I had my own, I think I always had my own idea of what I liked and my own style. So in that respect, I don't think I give myself any advice as far as fashion, but definitely as far as the way I viewed myself. And I think that probably goes for a lot of women, young girls, that we do self-criticize, and it's not until you're older that you look back and you think, what on earth was I doing? Like, I was so lovely. Like, what was I worried about? But you don't realize that until you become more mature and you grow, and I think as well, when you have children yourself, and you think, oh, I don't want them to worry. I want them to appreciate. So you sort of do lots of positive reinforcement with them, like, you're amazing, you look great, like try to give them that confidence so that they hopefully will always have that confidence. And I think you probably, as a mum yourself, you probably, there's a worry, especially nowadays with social media. I mean, since I've started this business and I've joined things like TikTok and Instagram, it can be quite a dark place, in as much as when you see how other people, what they do to themselves in order to be beautiful, but they were perhaps, you know, if they'd have seen themselves the way that we see them before they started messing about with themselves, they would see how beautiful they were to begin with. So I think, I think self-love is the way forward. Women need to start self-loving from an early age and carrying it all the way through.
It's brilliant advice. And I think a lot of that comes from the parents. And I think it's a generational thing. I think our kids will grow up in a different way to the way that we did, because we as parents are now very aware about self-love and about self-talk and about how we talk to ourselves. And if you stand in front of the mirror every day going, I'm fat, I'm fat, I'm fat, or I don't like this, but I don't like that bit, that's what your child sees. And then that's what they replicate. Whereas I think as parents now, we're a lot more conscious of that. But I always remember my mum growing up would talk about, you know, oh, I can't fit in these jeans, and oh, I'm on this diet or that diet, or I need to lose this weight, or I need to do this.
My mum still does it.
Always was something that I really thought about. And I thought, oh, she looked great. Why is she saying that? I don't understand. Mm-hmm. Whereas now I think I would never stand in front of the mirror and say in front of my child, like, oh, I look fat, I'm having a fat day, I don't like these jeans, whatever. I'd always be positive, because then when they look in the mirror, they're then positive, because that's what they've learned.
Spot on, exactly. I was saying before when you were talking that my mum still says all the time, I eat too much, everything's too tight. And I say to her, can you stop going on about your weight? It's driving me mad. I say it to her all the time. She's probably going to watch this and she's going to be like, yeah, I do that. I do it all the time. Because I say to her, can you stop saying it? Stop saying it. Yeah. So, yeah, we're on the same page with that one, definitely.
It's about acceptance.
Yeah.
It's about acceptance. We're all different sizes and we're all different shapes, and none of us are right or wrong. We're all just the way that we are, and we all should just, you know, embrace our bodies and whatever shapes and sizes they are. And, you know, I understand that maybe 20, 30 years ago, it was a lot harder to be a different shape or size and feel like you could get involved with fashion, because it wasn't as inclusive. And I think now it's still not 100%, but it's definitely making headway along those lines for it to be more inclusive for everybody. The amount of girls that I follow on Instagram who are so fabulous and so stylish, and they're everything from a size 6 up to a size 26. They're all different shapes and sizes in between. And I think that's for me one of the positives about social media. It's about finding those people, and they're the people that, like, I want my kid, like my son, to follow, to be involved with, the people who are embracing all their bodies and embracing themselves, and not the ones going, oh, actually, I'm just going to have this bit of work done and that bit of work done and this done and that, and, you know. So, yes, it's a very interesting topic, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I agree.
Oh, well, thank you so much for spending the morning showing us around some of the things in your wardrobe. It's been fabulous to talk to you. What have you got planned next for Neon Army?
So I'm actually speaking to some retail stores. So we're looking to do some more pop-ups. We did one in Harvey Nichols and one in John Lewis. So we're looking at other retail store opportunities, both for pop-ups and permanent placement, and some independent shops as well. Working on new samples at the moment. I'm creating some new products. So always moving, always looking ahead at how we can grow and build the brand. But some exciting things in the pipeline. So very, very, very excited about this year. This year is definitely going to be the turning point for Neon Army. So very, very, very excited.
Oh, I cannot wait to see. Thank you so much. It's been lovely to talk to you.
And to you, Emma. Thank you so much for having me on.